I would like to call a special meeting of the City Council to order. City Clerk, roll call, please.
Councilmember Rodriguez,
Here.
Councilmember Rounds.
Here.
Councilmember Zamora,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Sarno,
Here.
Mayor Martin.
Here.
Thank you.
Public comments are now open. Anyone joining us through Zoom can use the raise hand function. If you wish to make a public comment on closed session items only, the city clerk will see if you have raised your hand through the Zoom application. For those of you that are here to make a public comment in person, you'll have an opportunity. Once the city clerk announces your name, you will have 3 minutes to speak. City clerk, do you have any members of the public today?
Madam Mayor, we don't have any speakers today.
Public comments are closed. I would like to call upon the city attorney to read the closed session item.
Thank you, Madam Mayor and Council. Tonight we have one item, Public Employment, Government Code Section 54957, Title City Manager.
Thank you so much. We will now recess to closed session. We will reconvene the meeting after the closed session discussion to hear a report from the city attorney to adjourn the meeting. I would like to reconvene the meeting. City Attorney, is there a closed session item to report?
Thank you, Madam Mayor and Council. Members of the audience, we did have a 5 o'clock closed session. Direction was given to staff and no reportable action was taken.
Thank you so much. We will now continue to the 6 o'clock meeting. Is everyone ready? Or during, okay, we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break real quick. I would like to call the regular meetings of the Housing Successor Agency and City Council to order. City Clerk, roll call, please.
Councilmember Rodriguez. I believe she stepped away. Councilmember Rounds.
Here.
Councilmember Zamora.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Sarno.
Here.
Mayor Martin.
Here.
Thank you.
City of Santa Fe Springs will allow for an invocation to be offered at the city council meetings and is open to any faith or religion on a voluntary basis. Invocational speakers shall be limited to 1 minute. Please contact the city clerk's office if you would like to offer an invocation. I would like to call upon Jeffrey Alvarado from Santa Fe Springs Christian Church to lead us in today's invocation. Please stand.
And the word of God says as follows, but in your hearts, honor Christ the Lord as holy, always being prepared to make a defense to anyone who asks you for a reason for the hope that is within you, yet do it with gentleness and respect. Kindness is of infinite value, but it always is to be felt and shown as a way of respecting another person. Respect is always in the lead. Tom Morris. Respect God, He is worthy of our words and actions. Respect others. God created other people, so we respect God by respecting others. And respect yourself as one who has been created and loved by God. Let's go ahead and pray. Lord, thank you for the amazing gift of community. As we find ways to work with those in our city and beyond, may we always remember the concept of respect and what your word says in the Bible. Bless the members of the City Council as they help those in the city of Santa Fe Springs on a daily basis. Amen.
I would like to call upon Kevin to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance today.
Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Have a seat. Thanks, Kevin. I won't ask you what your favorite subject is today, Kevin. Do we have any youth leadership committee members today? Having none, I would like to call on the representatives of the Chamber of Commerce. Today, we have Diego De Lama, owner of State Farm Insurance in Santa Fe Springs, and CEO Kathy Fink of the Chamber. Diego De Lama, owner of State Farm Insurance, in a business site, has been in business since January 2018, owner and agent, leading a motivated team to assist clients in preparing for the unexpected, skilled in budgeting, commercial lending, banking, and sales, strong finance professional with a Master of Business Administration, focused on finance general from Biola University. State Farm Insurance is a large group of mutual insurance companies throughout the United States with corporate headquarters in Bloomington, Illinois, and founded in 1922. I would like to thank Diego for participating in person and being involved in our Chamber of Commerce. Please stand. Thank you for being here. At this time, if anyone is interested in making a public comment on the agenda items, please fill out a public comment card located in the back of the council chamber and hand it to the city clerk. For those joining us via Zoom, if you're interested in speaking on an agenda item, please raise your hand when the item is called. The city clerk will see if you have raised your hand through the Zoom application or submitted a card before the item is voted upon. Any public comment not related to an agenda item will be heard under item number 11 on the agenda. Item number 6, housing successor agenda. We have one consent item. Is there a motion for the approval of item number 6?
I'll move. I second.
I have a motion by Sarno, second by Rodriguez. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So ordered. Item number 7, successor agency agenda. We have one consent item. Is there a motion of the approval of item number 7?
I'll move. Second.
I have motion by Round, second by Zamora. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So order. Item number 8, city council agenda. We have 14 consent items A through N. Is there a motion for the approval of city council consent agenda?
I'll move.
There's a second. Motion by Rodriguez, second by Sarno. City Attorney, can you please read the title of ordinance number
Yes.
1128?
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor and Council, members of the audience. This is ordinance number 1128, an ordinance of the City of Santa Fe Springs amending Chapter 95, property maintenance of Title 9 of the Code of Santa Fe Springs relating to property maintenance.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So ordered. Item number 9, resolution number 9862, increasing the compensation for members of the Planning Commission and Traffic Commission. I would like to call upon Finance Administrative Intern Oscar Jimenez. Thank you, Oscar.
Good evening, everyone. Madam Mayor and members of the City Council, I stand here today to present this report to raise the per meeting compensation for members of the Traffic Commission and Planning Commission. Currently, members of the Traffic Commission and Planning Commission get compensated $50 per meeting attended. This compensation amount has not increased in 42 years. A survey was conducted that included 7 surrounding cities and what they compensate their commission members and found that $18 per meeting was the lowest and 150 was the highest. The full survey and results are included in the written staff report. It is recommended that the City Council authorizes an increase in compensation for Traffic and Planning Commission members from $50 to $100 per meeting. This would result in an annual cost increase of approximately $3,000 per commission. That concludes my report, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Oscar. Any council have any questions? Questions? Seeing none. Is there a motion?
I'll move.
I second.
I have a motion by Round, second by Rodriguez. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So ordered. Presentation. Introduction of Dr. Ramiro Rubalcaba, Superintendent of Los Nietos School District. I would like to call upon Director of Community Services, Marisela Valderas.
Thank you, Mayor. May I ask Dr. Rubalcaba to come up to the podium, please, to be introduced? So this evening, I'd like to introduce Dr. Ramiro Rubalcaba, the newly appointed Superintendent of Los Nietos School District. So on March the 23rd, Dr. Rubalcaba visited our city library and he met with the library staff and myself. After touring the library, Dr. Rubalcaba and staff discussed library resources as well as opportunities for collaboration with the Community Services Department. A little background about Dr. Ramiro Rubalcaba. He has served as an educator for 27 years as a teacher's assistant, a teacher, assistant principal, and an assistant superintendent of human resources prior to his appointment as the superintendent for Los Nietos School District. In addition, Dr. Rubalcaba has served as an adjunct professor at the University of Laverne and as a consultant and speaker for many school districts and organizations across the country, including the U.S. Office of Civil Rights, the California Department of Justice, and the Department of Education. Dr. Rubalcaba has been actively involved with the Association of California School Administrators, serving on the Secondary School Principal State Council for Region 15 as a facilitator for the Personnel Academy, and was fortunate to serve on the delegation with the ACSA and went to Washington, D.C. to lobby for California education. In 2021, ACSA Region 12 named Dr. Rubalcaba Personnel Administrator of the Year. We are very fortunate to have Dr. Rubalcaba serving our community. Also in attendance tonight is Maritza Nieves, member of the Board of Trustees for the Los Nietos School District. We welcome her as well. Welcome to our community, Dr. Rubalcaba, and you're welcome to say a few words.
Wow, I sound like a really nice guy. Thank you for that introduction. Marisela Valderas, Mayor Martin, members of the City Council, and the entire community. It's an honor to be here serving as a partner with the City of Santa Fe Springs. When I visited the library, Marisela gave me a very warm welcome, and I was very inspired and impressed by the numerous resources that the city has to offer. I'm here this evening to offer myself as a humble servant to partner up with you so that we can continue to serve all of our students, our families, all of the members of the community to make this a great place to work, learn, live, and play and have some fun. So I'm super excited about growing our partnership and I'm humbled and honored to be here this evening. I'm joined by my colleague, Maritza Nieves, who many of you know has served here in the city of Santa Fe Springs for many years. And I'm very proud that our Board of Trustees of Los Nietos School District is 100% committed to doing whatever it takes to help our students succeed. An example of that is we have our first ever student board member, an 8th grader, serving on our Board of Trustees. And it is amazing to receive that perspective from a student and give the student that experience. There are amazing things happening in our district, and I'm super excited to be here this evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Roger, you want to come up for your picture? Would you like to come up? You ready, Raylene? Oh, yeah, and Evelyn too. Please come up. As you can tell, Marisa used to work for us and she was very loved. Wait,
Where you
doctor,
going? Where you
doctor,
going?
your picture.
Picture.
Our second presentation will be proclaiming May 15th, 2023 as Santa Fe Springs History Day, celebrating 66th anniversary as a municipal government agency. I would like to call upon Library Service Manager Deborah Raya. Now we're gonna-
Good evening, Mayor and Council.
Heavy.
I'd like to introduce Sally Gaitan. She's the chairperson of the Historical and Community Preservation Advisory Committee to speak about the incorporation of the city. And we're going to have a slideshow going on in the background with some historical and some modern pictures of the city.
Good evening, Council, friends. As we look at these pictures, I'll be reading a little story. In the old days, before there was a city called Santa Fe Springs, there was a place called Santa Fe Springs, but it was not a real city. It had no city hall, no city council, no city elections, and not a single municipal program. Long after World War II had ended, Santa Fe Springs was being operated as a part of Los Angeles County. Less than 500 scattered residents, outnumbered by the 600 oil derricks called Santa Fe Springs home in 1949. There was no local shopping center, no gas stations. The mail they received was addressed to Four Corners, not Santa Fe Springs farmland. Rather than freeways dominating the scene and cows grazing where Los Nietos Park is today, after decades of booms and buses, Santa Fe Springs was still just another town out in the country, but the place would not be out in the country much longer. Los Angeles was growing post-war industries and people moving in needed affordable housing. So rich rural areas like this one was suddenly looked attractive. The first housing tract, Imperial Crest, it was built in 1949, was at Kings Camp, a eucalyptus grove that had shaded the shabby buildings and tents of a long gone house of ill repute that thrived during the 1920 oil boom. By 1952, the population of the town ballooned to 8,000 and homes sold for around 13,000. But a new set of problems arose. Schools filled quickly, traffic was getting bad, and dirt roads needed to be paved faster than the county government was capable of paving them. A homeowners association was formed in 1952, and because of the obscurity of the location, it was originally called Little Lake Homeowner Association. Later, it would be renamed the Santa Fe Springs Homeowners Association. The Homeowners Association and other governments sponsored many social events such as holiday festivals, parades, dances, and other activities for residents. To incorporate as a city, an election must be held. Majority of the voters must agree to the formation of a municipal government. The debate over incorporation was fierce at times. Opponents of incorporation claimed that taxes would be raised to fund the new government. When the election was held in May 15th, 1957, Santa Fe Springs became a city by only a 5% margin of victory. The first city council was made up of Betty Wilson, Bill McCann, and John Moreno from the residential district, and William Emmons and Floyd Lee Peak from industries. City Hall was located at an old house on Telegraph Road, and the first city building constructed was the library in 1961. A new city hall followed in 1962. Today there were 28 municipal buildings providing a wide range of services that range from day camps and older adult services to events such as Art Fest, tree lighting, and the Easter extravaganza. The oil wells no longer outnumber the residents, and the Santa Fe Springs continues to be a great place to live, work, and play. Thank you.
Thank you, Sally, so much.
And now we have a birthday cake to celebrate the incorporation of the city.
We're singing happy birthday.
Oh.
Oh,
You can lead us in happy
okay, got it. Okay. Ready?
Yes.
Can you light up?
It's lit.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Santa Fe Spring. Happy birthday to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The city's never looked so good for being 66. So at the time, could you please come up to accept the proclamation?
And there are some other members of the committee in the audience too. that
Yes,
can
please,
come.
I'll come up. At the present time now, we're going on to presentation proclaiming May 14th through the 20th, 2023 as National Police Week. I would like to call upon Police Services Director Dino Torres.
Thank you, Mayor Martin. In 1962, President Kennedy signed the first proclamation recognizing May 15th as Peace Officers Memorial Day and the week in which it falls as National Police Week. Throughout this week, and especially on Peace Officers Memorial Day, we honor the memory of those heroes who have fallen in the line of duty and recognize all those who put themselves at risk every day in order to provide a vital public service in safeguarding the rights and freedoms of our citizens. Tonight, we have several members of the law enforcement community from the CHP, Whittier PD, public safety officers, we have sheriffs, so we have a large contingency that we're proud of. The mayor invited, I invited, and so from there, I'll hand it over to the mayor. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Right now, though, I would like to do the proclamation. Janet, will you please read it? And may I have our captain and our chief, please? Accept the proclamation. Is the VP here or no? Captain, come up to get the award, please.
Proclamation reads as follows, whereas Whittier police officers and our law enforcement partners proudly serving the city of Santa Fe Springs are dedicated to protecting and serving our neighborhoods, schools, and families. And whereas our community members are encouraged to recognize law enforcement professionals, past and present, for their dedicated service to our communities and for their faithful devotion to their duty to serve and protect, to put their lives on the line for our safety. And now therefore be it resolved that the city of Santa Fe Springs do hereby proclaim May 15, 2023 as Peace Officers Memorial Day and May 14 through May 20th as National Police Week. Thank you.
Hey, you gotta take a picture. Nobody wants to take a picture.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So it is an honor to be here and being the mayor of Santa Fe Springs at this time to support our law enforcement families. Our city knows that we are very law enforcement proud and we support our men in uniform, no matter what department you're with. So at this time, I would like to call upon Tyler Shabria and family. Tyler's been a homegrown, now he's at Downey PD. Tyler, do you have your family up here? Take a picture? Yeah, come on, Pops. And at the present time too, Tony is also law enforcement. Tony's a retired sheriff. Thank you so much. No. Thank you so much, guys. Perfect. Thank you so much. Carlos Carlos Lizarraga, where are you at? Carlos, are you here? LAPD? No? Okay. Deputy Sheriff Christian Lara, please come up with your family. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kristen.
Retired Detective Michael Gaitan, Sheriff's Department. Please come up with your family. Thank you. Homegrown Whittier PD, Andrew Farmer and family, please. Also, his family member couldn't be here. Ernie yeah. Ernie was in class 464. If anybody knew what happened with that, it was a very bad day for them, but he survived. He is at, where's he at? He has RSD, so please send him our love. And thank you for what you guys do. Thank you. And then this is for Ernie. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Detective Justin Martin from the Sheriff's Department. Can I be in that picture? Hello, me too? Thank you. Very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Deputy Sergio Vargas. CHP Officer Zachary Salazar. Okay. We can't forget Captain Melissa Hammond of CHP. Thank you. Thank you. Sergeant from the Sheriff's Department, Sergeant Gregory Berg. He has a small family, can't, doesn't he?
Thank you.
How are you? LAPD, Edgar Bojorquez and family, please come up. Sergeant from Whittier PD, Sergeant Tim Jaxie. Thank you. Okay. Public Safety Officer Stephen Rickard. Okay. Public Safety Officer Andrew Carreri. If I didn't tear it up too bad. Thank you. Public Safety Officer Ashley Diaz. Public Safety Officer Jonathan Gomez. Public Safety Officer Priscilla Gomez. We have another special group here with us. They're the LASD wives. Would you please come up? So as being in law enforcement, you do need a big support group. And LASD wives are the wives of a lot of the deputies out there. And they actually go to stations, they do a lot. And they are the support of their husbands. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you again.
I should be down there, but I'm up here right now. So in recognition of National Police Week, the Santa Fe Springs City Council honors you this week for your support for the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. The city also extends our sincere appreciation for all your selfless efforts to show your support for all the officers in our community. So thank you so much for being the backbones for so many. Thank you.
I feel down there. Go down there. Hold on, she wants to go down there. Go ahead. Stand on that side. You're gonna have to.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
We can have a seat. Thank you so much. Again, thank you so much for what you guys do. Putting on the badge and the uniform every day, do what you do for such a careless. Did I accidentally forget any officers out here?
There's Sergeant Arroyo.
You guys want to come up? Come on up. Whoever- Sorry, I didn't realize you were here. Captain. Everyone is acknowledged here. Appreciate it. Did you have yours? Did you? So the wives do a lot, the LASD wives do a lot, and they go to different stations out of support. They actually came up to me and asked if they can give out little gifts for our officer deputies and our officers, just to say thank you for what you do as well. So would you like to pass those out for our officers or deputies? Or we want to do it after the meeting? Or it's up to you, whichever way you want to handle it. Perfect. Okay. You know what? We'll do it after the meeting. How's that? Perfect. So now we're doing our last presentation of the evening. Proclaiming the month of May 2023 as Older Americans Month in the city of Santa Fe Springs, I'd like to call upon City Clerk to read the proclamation.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Whereas Santa Fe Springs includes a growing number of older Americans who contribute their strength, wisdom, and experience to community. And whereas communities benefit when people of all ages, abilities, and backgrounds have the opportunity to participate and live independently. And whereas Santa Fe Springs recognizes the need to create a community that offers the services and supports older adults may need to make choices about how they age. Now therefore, the city of Santa Fe Springs to hereby proclaim May 2023 as Older Americans Month. Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to call upon our seniors, our famous seniors from the city to please come up and accept the proclamation. Aguirre's, Rios, all you guys come on up. Yeah, all right there. Hands are full. Perfect. Item number 11, public comments. Public comments are now open. Anyone joining us through Zoom can use the raise hand function if you wish to make a public comment on non-agenda items only. The city clerk will see if you have raised your hand through the Zoom application. For those that are here to make a public comment in person, you will have an opportunity once the city clerk announces your name. You'll have 3 minutes to speak. City clerk, do we have any members of the public that wish to speak today?
Madam Mayor, I have 4 cards. The first one's from Bruce Crow.
Hey, Bruce, come on up.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, staff, residents. I am from your neighboring city, Downey, here to give a little report on a situation from the Central Basin Municipal Water District and the prosecution thereof of the general manager who last Thursday, and this is an update, his attorney made a motion for a demurrer, and maybe Miss Ty can explain that on the side some other time and shed a little more light on what that is. But basically, they wanted to throw it out to get rid of the charges. However, there's 18 charges of corruption, embezzlement. And the demurrer was heard, argued, and it was denied. So the trial is on. Okay, it's going to happen. And officially now, the general manager and his associate from Delterra Construction Company now have been indicted by a grand jury, and they've been indicted by the district attorney. And they are going to go to trial now. And hopefully we can get some justice as residents. And also law enforcement, that we get some real law enforcement from George Gascon's office, as ridiculous as that sounds sometimes. But hopefully things are going to happen, and we will be getting that justice, because you are still being charged a $10 standby charge on your property tax bill, which they should not be getting. And that brings in about $5 million a year that they can launder through the 24 city group known as the Central Basin. So I just wanted to give you a little update on that, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So keep an ear out for that. The names are Alex Rojas and Luis Rojas. And don't let anybody tell you that you're not involved with the Central Basin. You are involved with the Central Basin. You are a ratepayer. You pay the bills. And you are being charged illegally for certain things you shouldn't be charged for. And you're going to have people come in here and tell you it's none of your business. It's not anything to do with the city of Santa Fe Springs. We've had people come in here, your previous public works director, your previous city manager. They've even brought in their own law firm, and I wouldn't doubt, I'd bet a month's pay that they came in here and tried to remove your city attorney and bring in their own law firm. I would bet a month's pay that they tried to do that. But we're not going to let them get away with it. So we're going to keep working at it. Thank you.
Thanks, Bruce.
Next, we have Lee Squire.
Come on up, Lee.
Lee Squire Downey, Vietnam veterans, death before dishonor. Mayor and City Council, we the people of Santa Fe Springs, veterans, police officers, parents and families and children. National Police Week, respect, honor, remember. National Police Week honors the officers who have fallen in the line of duty, as well as those who are currently serving our cities and our nation. Those within our police departments, they contain veterans, military reserves, and National Guard, and they serve in police across America. Police are to community what the military is to this country. The veterans of Santa Fe Springs want to present this framed picture of National Police Week 2023. Below the red rose is the Purple Heart, the medal for military who are killed or wounded in action. We have placed this Purple Heart in honor of our fallen police officers. Police is police officers, county sheriffs, California Highway Patrol, and others. We veterans also present the thin blue line flag to the Whittier Police Department and to the California Highway Patrol, the Santa Fe Springs Station. God bless America. God bless our military and veterans. God bless local policing and their family and their children across America. Thank you.
Thank you, Lee.
Right, one goes to the Whittier Police Department and one goes to the CHP.
Thank you so much, Lee.
I will also be honoring the county sheriffs, the Pico Rivera Station and the Lakewood Station. And one of these will also be presented to the LA Police Museum. Thank you very
Lee.
much.
Thank you.
Next, we have Ryan Greenhat.
All right, so Santa Fe Springs has been targeting the struggling class. The city has been sending out public safety officers and code enforcement to harass the local homeless and the local street vendors. For example, Luis Colasso, who's not here actually, but he told Mr. Menudo Food Truck to get their shit out of here. Public safety officials, Chiari, he's in the back with the glasses, ticketed a houseless individual that parked his RV in a public area, yet dismissed a truck that had a whole boat attached to it that was actually parked in front of a fire hydrant. Or public safety officer badge number 773, she's also in the back, who kicked an elderly lady out of Telegraph and Carmenita for selling flowers. It's all on video. However, when this was addressed to Dino Torres, the guy right here, he's the one who sees the public safety officials. He claimed that they don't do that. Dino Torres also couldn't even tell me how Santa Fe Springs helps homeless people nor street vendors. It seems to me as if the city only picks and chooses who to harass, and they choose to harass the struggling class, because Anita Rodriguez hosted Taco Fest meet and greet, and it was brought to my attention that she had no permits or license, right? So tell me why the street vendors are getting violated, and the reality is that the city only protects the wealthy. Also, it was brought to my attention that Joe Angel has many sexual harassment violations. So the next time you guys want to talk about violations, look into your own board. It's disgusting. You want to honor law enforcement. Did you know that Whittier PD shot and paralyzed an unarmed man? Did you know that Norwalk Sheriff accused a young man this week of stealing their notepad, yet it was recorded on video that the deputy had it the whole time, yet the deputy continued to illegally detained the young man and twist his arm. Norwalk sheriffs also told a kid at California high school to go back to Mexico. Instead of honoring those who terrorize the city, let the people know how the sheriff department is under investigation for their deputy gangs. In the area, the people should know that the deputy gangs that exist are the Vikings and the regulators that target people of color. So before coming after the street vendors, rethink it, because you're all on camera. I don't want Santa Fe Springs to even think of messing with the vendors when there's bigger things to worry about. I do not want to see Santa Fe Springs public safety overstepping into Whittier either, because when this was addressed to Dino, he said that they don't do that yet, it's on camera. And for the people to know that law enforcement is responsible for 40% of domestic violence cases. So that means a good amount of officers in here probably beat their wives, okay? And also, did you know that they pull over Black and brown individuals at 5 times the rate they do of white individuals? And the rate that they find an illegal substance on white individuals is way higher than the rate they do on brown and Black individuals. And that's just for the people to know. So for anybody who wants to go and try to target the homeless, the struggling class, the vendors, just know that you will be recorded, just know that you will be exposed, and just know that you will be famous.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Madam Mayor, next we have Stella Bastida.
Hello. Good afternoon. Thank you so much. It's been a while since I've been here, and there are still issues on the major streets, which are Pioneer Boulevard, Terradale, Charlesworth, Whiteland, and Orenday. So those issues have not gone away, and I've been here several times, multiple times, addressing those issues. It's a matter of safety. And for me as a resident and who is constantly driving these streets, I see the nonstop violations. And I've seen many times members of the board trying to get out of the neighborhood, and they have the same issues. And so if it's happening to them, how many other residences is happening to? It's a matter of safety. And I know everything takes time, but there was a major accident a couple months ago right there on Orenday, Pioneer, Whiteland. Again, having been, I am a relative. My sister was injured on that street. Life's changed forever. I don't know how many more residents' lives are going to change because of this unsafe road. We are not the freeway, the extension of the 605, but everyone who drives down that street makes it unsafe for the residents. So again, what can we do as our council to make that a safer road for all of us to travel? It's safety. If it's because we're at the tail end of Santa Fe Springs of the street, the city, I'd like to think it's not, but it's making me wonder. Again, how many more trips will I have to make? How many more appearances before something actually gets done? Because my mother had her life basically frightened from her when we were leaving Jersey back to school night last week. A car would not stop. And she thought, am I going to get hit? Am I going to suffer what my daughter suffered? So again, this is very personal to me. Please, can someone please just let us know, update us, what is happening, what is being done? And when can we feel as residents feel safe as we leave our neighborhoods? Because we should, as a right, feel safe as we're leaving our neighborhoods. Thank you.
Thanks, Stella. Thank you.
Madam Mayor, that concludes our speakers.
Seeing no more public comments is now closed. City manager and executive team reports. Tom?
Good evening, Madam Mayor and members of the City Council. I do not have a report myself tonight, but I want to turn it over to Maricela and Community Services to do the first report.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Good evening, council, members of the audience. I have several reports to share with you this evening. I want to start off with our volunteer recognition dinner. The Community Services Department honored the volunteers on Wednesday, April the 19th at Town Center Hall. We had 70 participants, including volunteers and their guests. The evening included an Italian dinner from Lascari's, wine was served, and a string quartet played throughout the evening. Council members presented each volunteer with a certificate of recognition. One former volunteer, Martha Villanueva, was given a lifetime service award. Many of our city's programs depend on volunteers, and we were honored to recognize them for their service. We'd like to thank our city council members for attending and assisting with the distribution of the certificates. I'd like to show a short recap video highlighting the event.
I've been waiting all my life for something. I've been down the darkest roads and up in the clouds, but I've always felt that something's missing. That was until I found you right there in the crowd. You came into my life and started a fire. You made me feel like I could touch the sky. Oh, there's nothing missing now that you're my desire. Now all I have to do is to make you mine. 'Cause I know, and you know what we could be. Like a song, like a perfect melody. Baby, don't say you don't believe in me. 'Cause you know, and I know, we're onto something good. You know, and I know, we got something good. I've been waiting for the one forever. Finally, I got you, baby, here in my heart. When I'm with you, I feel so much better. Oh, yeah. Before you, I was just a shell, so stuck in the dark. You came into my life and started a fire. You made me feel like I could touch the sky. Oh, there's nothing missing now that you're my desire. Now all I have to do is to make you mine. 'Cause I know, and you know what we could be.
Community Services Department hosts many great events and memorable events throughout the year for our community. I have to say that our Art Fest is one of the most popular but challenging events to plan because it requires a significant amount of planning, teamwork, and coordination. The Art Fest Planning Committee, which consists of several city department staff, have been meeting since October of last year to plan for this event. So last Thursday and Friday, Community Services hosted the 2023 Art Fest event. The event kicked off with the preview and showcase night with over 400 participants who enjoyed musical entertainment, viewing artwork, film, and shopping from the many artists and vendors, as well as beer and wine tasting for participants 21 and over. There were 30 individuals who participated in the Paint and Sip event, which was hosted by the Santa Fe Springs Chamber of Commerce. And on Friday, April the 28th, the SFS Art Fest event took place with over 1,800 participants enjoying a full schedule of activities. The event consisted of just over 200 professional and student artists, which included featured artist OJ Lady Key, a Santa Fe Springs resident, guest artist Carlos Gallardo, aka DJ Prolifics, and artist Daquan Moeller. The event exhibited over 500 pieces of art. The total attendance for both events, including attendees, artists, performers, vendors, staff, and volunteers, was just over 3,000 people. This is the best attendance we've had since the Art Fest first started in 2013. There were also 51 art pieces sold during the 2 days, most artwork that's been sold since the Art Fest began. New this year were the exhibits of Nuestra Vida culture, which included 3 lowriders on display and representation of lowrider lifestyle. There was a tattoo and piercing artist providing live demonstrations of body artwork. Our Chalk It Out winners were able to chalk more and be highlighted at the event. Many food trucks were available and all 3 stages were crowded with participants enjoying the various entertainment. I'd like to thank art consultant Sandra Hahn and the Heritage Arts Advisory Committee for their guidance and planning of the event. An event of this caliber with so many components doesn't happen without the help of all our city departments. So we want to thank all of the staff members from the departments who supported and played a role in planning this terrific event. Thank you to our community services staff from all 3 divisions for their dedication, their teamwork, and executing another successful event. I want to give a special thank you to Ed Ramirez for his leadership and outstanding job taking the lead to plan this event. During these last few months, he mentioned to me several times that he had had sleepless nights. We also want to thank our event sponsors and volunteers who will be recognized at a future council meeting. Lastly, we want to thank our city council for their attendance and continued support of our events. Here's a video recapping the event.
Hold me close and let me stay until the sunrise. Just say you'll hold me forever, at least for tonight. It's been so long since I got so close to someone. I know this ain't love, but let me stay a while. And pull me closer tonight, keep holding my hand. I know this ain't love, but let me stay the night. I said let me stay a while. 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 I said let me stay a while.
Dancing to me, it means like it shows how you express yourself and it shows how you have fun.
And then what inspires me is my family's heritage. They came from a war-torn country and they wanted to give opportunities to us. And I think if I didn't become an artist and use their opportunities they gave me, I wouldn't have fulfilled their dreams that they wanted for their son.
What I created was actually a painting technique. My painting technique is actually brush strokes, but they have to be rectangles. So what I do is I put a rectangle in this direction, and the ones surrounding this one, they will have like a different direction, just so they look like they're floating in the air. So at the end, my paintings, they look like falling confetti.
What challenges have I faced as an artist? Just getting exposure, really. And sometimes even it's a little bit hard doing shows because you're always meeting people and you feel like you have to sell yourself constantly, but it's like, you just have to keep doing it, like over and over.
It's been so long since I got so close to someone. I know this ain't love, but let me stay a while. And pull me closer tonight, keep holding my hand. I know this ain't love, but let me stay the night.
What makes this unique is that it's, from my city, so I like to see that my city likes to, support art, artists. A lot of, high schoolers that go to the high schools at FA, come here and show art. It's a cool, place to showcase their art. There was wine and beer, so that's pretty cool.
Art for anyone is all about acceptance. We had artists bring our work out and put it forward so others can kind of say, you did good, you did bad, but at the end of the day, it's just, we want to communicate, we want to be loved, we want to be talked to, and I think that's the beauty behind art, and that's why I did it.
So next, in prior years, the waiting pools usually open the second week of June. So due to many of our resident requests as a pilot this year, the waiting pools opened up yesterday on May the 1st. So from May 1st through June 11th, the waiting pools will be open weekdays from 3:30 to 4:30 and on weekends from 12:30 to 4:30. Then from June 12th through August the 13th, the waiting pools will open daily from 12:30 to 4:30. Additionally, there are several night swim hours planned throughout the summer. So residents are encouraged to log on to sfsrec.org for a complete list of hours. Then at our mayor's request, community services staff has added a bonus concert this summer to include a country band named 33 Thunder. The free concert will be held at Heritage Park on Friday, August 11th from 7 to 9. Our annual volunteer income tax program, which opened for registration on January the 23rd and ended on April 3rd. We had a total of 213 tax packets that were delivered by participants to the Gus Velasco Neighborhood Center, of which 175 were completed. A total of $195,319 were refunded during this tax season. Kudos to the Family and Human Services staff for their excellent job they did processing the tax returns and providing this essential service to our community. Next, the library's third NASA at our library program, Rockets and Robots, was presented on April the 19th in the children's area of the library. Our speaker discussed the evolution of rocketry, and all the kids made their own rockets. Also, each family received a Magna Tile rocket building kit valued at $50, each of which was paid by our state library grant. Due to popular demand, we have added a fourth STEAM program, Here Comes the Sun, on May 17th at 6:30, when our speakers will discuss Earth's closest star and show participants how to use the library sinoculars to safely view the sun. The sinoculars will also be available to patrons to check out and take home. And then lastly, Mother's Day is on May 14th, and on behalf of the Community Services Department, we want to wish all the mothers in our community and in the audience a very happy Mother's Day. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is Travis Hickey, our Director of Finance and Administration.
Thank you, Tom. Good evening, Madam Mayor, members of the council, members of the community. Just a quick update. On April 19th, city staff met with our audit subcommittee, which is Mayor Pro Tem Sarno and Councilmember Rounds, to review the city's investment portfolio with our portfolio manager. So it's always a challenge following all the great stuff from community services, but I just wanted to share a couple items from that report. This is our quarterly treasurer's report. It was on the agenda tonight, which the council passed and adopted. So, obviously there's a lot of economic uncertainty going on in our markets. We had some major bank failures. We've had rising interest rates. And so while that is a point of concern for us in terms of our sales tax, it is having a positive effect on our investment returns. I've circled here our quarterly investment returns were just over $1 million. And that exceeds our total from last year. And so we're doing well. Get the next slide. And I won't read all of this, but just want to give the council kind of a flavor of what we meet quarterly with our advisor on. So we talk about what's going on in the economy. As I mentioned, there's still the fears of inflation with the bank failures. So a lot of things happening, but it's driving people into the treasury market, and that's being good for our portfolio. Next slide. This is just a snapshot of our portfolio. It's heavily invested, over 60% in U.S. Treasuries. Over 80% of our portfolio is rated AAA or better. Next slide. This looks at our performance since our investment manager took over in 2017. And so we have a benchmark that we weigh our performance against, and we've exceeded that benchmark fairly consistently, quarter by quarter. A couple of quarters we missed the mark, but since they've been managing our money, we are exceeding our benchmark that we look at. So, not the most exciting topic, but wanted to share with the community. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is our Fire Chief, Chad Van Meeteren.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, City Council. Get the first slide, please. To follow in Travis's footsteps here, we went through a paramedic program audit. On April 11, the LA County EMS agency conducted a comprehensive review of the City of Santa Fe Springs paramedic rescue program. The purpose of this annual program was to review and assess the program's compliance with local EMS regulations. During the audit, they reviewed 6 different components of our paramedic program. During the review, the committee found that the program was in compliance with all regulations and guidelines set by the EMS agency, and there were no correctable actions noted. That was followed up by a letter last week. I'd just like to point out that the on-site reviewers who conducted similar program reviews of all fire departments in LA County praised the professionalism of the City of Santa Fe Springs fire rescue staff and noted the program demonstrated a commitment to quality patient care to the residents of this city. That ends my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is our Director of Police Services, Dino Torres.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Our department deals with many types of situations that require code enforcement assistance. One of those is bulky items that are left out on the parkway. Here's a before and after picture of a situation we dealt with last week. Without going into specifics, it was cleaned up by city staff the same day it was reported to us. We are following up with a nice letter to the homeowner with good information on how to dispose of household bulky items by contacting their designated trash hauler and the consequences of leaving these items out for a prolonged period of time. For the next newsletter, we wrote a brief article that lets residents know how to address this issue. We will also post something on social media with trash hauler phone numbers. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is our Director of Planning, Wayne Morrell.
Yes, good evening, Madam Mayor, members of the audience, council. I have one brief item. Thank you. This is Malia Home. It's on Florence Avenue, just west of Pioneer Boulevard. And if you drive by right now, you will see that there is some construction occurring. These are for sale townhomes. What you are seeing against Florence Avenue, those are the model homes, and those will be completed around September. And once they're completed, at some point, the garages will be turned into the office. So I'll keep you updated as the construction proceeds. Thank you.
Thank you, Wayne. And our final report is from Yvette Karen, our Interim Director of Public Works.
Thank you. I have a brief update. First slide, please. First, regarding the capital and maintenance project update, a number of items were nearly 75% complete on the municipal services yard, so the roof replacement is going well. We need about another week of dry weather to complete the Betty Wilson Center roof replacement. The photo on the right side of your screen is a photo of the Los Nietos Park. I'm sorry, is the Lakeview Park playground equipment that's just recently been put in place. So I'm expecting that you'll probably want a ribbon cutting there in the near future. The Los Nietos Park parking lot expansion is due to be complete in mid-June. The street improvement, residential concrete improvements will be done in May. So we have a lot of things going on. And then the Triangle project, the hardscape survey, concrete and trees is due to start towards the end of May into June. They'll take a small break to get through the July 4th holiday and begin the paving operation thereafter. Next slide, please. I'm also happy to bring forth, it was an item in consent tonight, but we thought a slide would do it justice. The city is going to have a City Hall LED retrofit project that replaces all of the overhead tubular lights with LED lights. This is based on a SCE one-time incentive, which is a rebate of approximately $10,000 that we'll get back if we can complete the work by January of 2024. It's going to provide the city with about $8,000 in energy savings per year after that. It also qualifies the City Hall to have charge-ready EV parking stations, which all of the conduit is already in place within the parking lot itself, and those charge stations would be purchased or would help get subsidized through this program. And the program is anticipated to take about 6 months to implement, beginning around June. Work will be completed over a number of regular work days, in addition to weekends and after hours, to help minimize disruption to everybody at City Hall. Next slide, please. I'm happy to report that a permanent speed radar sign on northbound Pioneer between Houghton and Jersey Avenue was installed I believe last week. So we no longer have a variable message board, but a permanent sign that states what speed you're moving when you're coming through that roadway. Next slide, please. Other projects that are within the city that are ongoing, I mentioned this at our last city council meeting, but I just wanted to bring it back to the top of the radar. Construction has commenced. This is Carmenita Road and Telegraph Road. It's a project that's being led by LA County. We have a city inspector on site, and they're going to be beginning their improvements here in the coming days, and they have their electronic message boards out now. Do we have another slide? Thank you. Another project that's a really short turnaround project is a BNSF emergency work that's scheduled to take place tomorrow night. It's a closure on Norwalk Boulevard at the BNSF Railroad crossing. between Los Nietos and Slauson Avenue actually at Los Nietos Road. We have notified police as well as fire, and the detour route is going to be Dice Road. This is a project that's led by BNSF. They're going to administer the traffic control, and we just wanted to make sure that the council, fire, and police in the community were aware of that closure. And again, it'll be between 9 p.m. and 4 a.m.
It is March, yeah.
Oh, goodness, May 3rd. I
Okay.
apologize. Holy moly. Do we have any more slides? One more? Last slide. We're happy to report that we've been able to mobilize and get some crews out there to begin mowing down the weeds. I have a short video that's there on the right. It doesn't have a bunch of fun music, but it has some sounds that may be music to your. We have a city contractor that's doing the work right now, but we are going to expedite things, but we are going to continue to coordinate with Caltrans to get a regular maintenance schedule going forward, because I don't believe the weeds are going to stop growing anytime soon. Is that the last slide? That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Yvette. Madam Mayor, that concludes our executive reports.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Appointments of boards, committees, or commissions. Councilmember Rodriguez, do you have any tonight?
None at this time, Madam Mayor.
Councilmember Rounds,
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Councilmember Zamora,
None tonight.
Mayor Pro Tem Sarno,
None tonight.
and I have none as well. Council comments. Councilmember Rodriguez.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for being here, and I wanted to thank our Madam Mayor for having a great event with all these presentations. They were just so amazing today, so positive, and I just want to thank you so much. The volunteer recognition dinner, I just want to say thank you to all our staff, all of our seniors, all of our volunteers who came out to the event. It was such an amazing event, and we all just had a fun time. The dinner was amazing, so I just want to thank all of our staff and our council, everybody for being there. I wanted to also say that Mary Arias, one of our longtime residents, could not be there at the dinner because she was caregiving for her husband, Enrique. He passed away, and we are giving her and her family the condolences. They're sitting right here in the room. I want to say how much we care, and thank you so much for all the years of service that Enrique has given to us. Just an amazing person, and our mayor's going to talk about it afterwards, but that's why she wasn't there. She's given so much of her time, but that time she had to be with her husband. And Mary Arias also has to caregive for her disabled daughter. So she's just an amazing person. Sometimes we forget everything that our residents do for their families because they're always with us volunteering, but she has a family and she takes care of her family as well. So we missed her at the dinner. I wanted to thank our staff again, our police officers, our firefighters for the Art Fest. We had it was magical. All the art was beautiful. I wanted to thank our chamber, everybody that was there. We just had so much fun dancing, and my little grandson had fun. He didn't want to get off the dance floor, but it was such a fun time. I just wanted to say thank you to our police officers for being here today. There's times when we need them to help us, and they come and they do everything that they can to service us. And I just wanted to give my gratitude for everything that they do. I know it doesn't go unnoticed. We may, just see you passing by and just give them a thumbs up or something, because they're just amazing, the service that they do for us. The weeds, thank you so much. Public Works, Kevin and Yvette and everybody in Public Works. We can't thank you enough for all the weeds. We've just been so happy to see what we just saw right here. And I just want to wish all the moms a happy Mother's Day. One of my bosses told me, I was sitting right there, and I told him, "Are you ready to do this?" And he says, "Annette, hold on. I'm not like you women. I can't multitask like you women." So I just want to say happy Mother's Day, because I know that all of you ladies are crazy multitaskers. So I just hope that you have a great Mother's Day. And that's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Rounds.
Thank you, Mayor. Travis, I just want to recognize, and I appreciate what you do. And I know Monticello appreciates what you do because without the money, she couldn't do what she does. So, and create all those great events. But thank you to both of you and thank you to all of the staff here. Everybody works well together. Law enforcement, everyone in the audience tonight, I really appreciate you for what you do day in and day out, protecting us, both the current and the retirees. This is a pro law enforcement community. It's been proven over and over again. And just appreciate your service, what you do again, and not only you, your families, because you know I'm a father of a law enforcement person, and there's been a number of nights I lay awake wondering what he's out there doing. But thank you for what you do, and just continue to do it. Thank you for that. And happy Mother's Day to everyone, all the moms out in the audience, the moms of the grandchildren and all that. And enjoy your day. You deserve it. Get someone out there to bring you breakfast in bed or make dinner for you. So, but have a great night, everyone. Get home safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Councilmember Zamora.
I'll start off with Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, aunts, grandparents that take up the guardianship and taking care of those little ones. I mean, we just can't thank you enough. Having that, they talk about nature versus nurture and just the nurturing kind of individuals that women are. I mean, I know us men, sometimes we don't know how to do that in general, but you guys somehow, God has just blessed you guys just to have the hands and heart of gold, just to wrap your arms around a child and, whether it be calming them down or just showing them the love that you can give them. So thank you for all that.
Yeah, I know how to nurture.
He's trying. So when it comes to that, National Police Week, I mean, we just can't thank you enough for your service, protect and serve. And, you guys always put yourself in the line of fire. You guys are always running, to danger instead of running away from it. So, we just can't thank you enough that, and may God always bless you and your families, because I know it's difficult for your loved ones, your children at home. They may not understand what's going on. And I'm pretty sure you guys don't tell them the hardships or what your eyes and what your hearts are going through just because you want to cover and protect protect them. And I know that you guys may suffer from sleep, insomnia, whatever it may be, but just may God always give you that peace of mind. Celebrating our older Americans. I mean, you guys are our wisdom. You guys are the ones who paved the way. So we just can't thank you enough in all that you do. Santa Fe Springs 66th anniversary date. So thank you there. And they were actually passing out cake for you guys. So hopefully you did get a slice. When it comes to our military, can't thank our military enough. The sacrifice that they do for this. Our armed forces are just amazing. So we just can't thank you enough. Police, fire, once again, thank you for all that you do. Arias family, sorry for your loss. Enrique is just one of those individuals that was truly he was a sweet man, that, always had a smile, always, was just there by your mom, just in full support of, whether it be volunteering or just laughing when things were going on. So to the Arias family, just send our love. And, may God just have that peace of mind, during your struggles. To the Madrid family also, whatever it may be, you guys, just come together as a family, and just my heart and condolences go out to all of you guys. So may you guys always, may God always bless you guys, and may God always bless the city of Santa Fe Springs. Thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem Sarno.
It's kind of bad going almost last all the time. Everybody, thanks. First off, to the Arias family, my condolences to my neighbors. It was just a couple months ago that they were in here celebrating life and today. So we should all realize that tomorrow's never given to each of us, and love everybody when you can, as much as you can. To our officers, thank you all, because without you guys, we would not be able to be up here protecting our cities, protecting our community, each and every one of you. It doesn't matter what city, where you're at. You guys have a hard job. It's hard enough to deal with the day-to-day operations of your own lives. Now you go out there and you have to deal with everybody else's. So thank you guys for everything you guys do. It's not enough just to say thank you, but that's what we can do right now and show our gratitude to you guys by acknowledging what you guys do on a day in and day out basis. Happy Mother's Day to everyone. Some people don't have moms, but just happy Mother's Day. Some people have animals, pets. I know that's a big thing now, so happy Mother's Day. And staff, you guys did a home run again with the Art Fest. It's one of my favorite programs that we have here that we do, and I think it's a great thing. And every year it needs to the ceiling gets higher and higher. And Eddie, you guys do a great job on raising that bar. So thank you guys, and staff, Marisela, you guys did a fantastic job. Thank you guys and good night.
Thank you. Like Jake said, if you go last, you have nothing else to say. I think it's an honor, well, not that I think, but I know it's an honor every time I've been able to be mayor to acknowledge and say thank you to every officer out there. It's very dear to me. It's priceless. Thank you for what you do. It is an honor to be here serving you as a council and having you in our city. I can't thank you enough. Babe, thank you. It's just great. Look at how many people are here supporting our officers. Look at how many people love our officers. Thank you so much for all those other cities and all the stuff it's happening. And our city loves our officers. Thank you so much. Thank you. LASD wives, thank you for coming out here, for showing your support. And Fire Chief, do you really think we weren't going to pass our fire? We are the best. What did you think? So thank you for doing what you do. Public safety, keep doing what you guys are doing. Art Fest was great. I just, like I said, can't thank you, our staff, for doing what you guys do. The RSs, again, sorry for your loss. It was great. I mean, I took care of your parents so long at Griffiths, and I saw them all the time. So it's dear that it hits us at home in different ways of what the IDS has meant to us. So our condolences from the city. And that, I would like to adjourn the meeting in memory of Enrique Arias and mother of Josie Madrid, mother of Joanne and Jeannie Madrid. Thank you.